what your education is or what skills you have. Anybody can start that. And the internet was a very different place back in the 1990s. You know, I don't know if anybody here was online in 1996, but it was definitely, it was a little bit more difficult, very difficult to get started. And, you know, this tools and stuff aren't what they were today. But I started building little websites and started creating and started growing. And eventually I met a gentleman who became my mentor, and I built my first $1 million business online. And from that, people started coming to myself and my business partner at that time, asking us, how do you do this? You know, how are you guys creating wealth online? How are you building these businesses? And then it was the very early days. We didn't have the tools we had available to us today. And so we started teaching people how to do that. And we built a company called the Internet Marketing Center. And that company became quickly the #1 company in the world helping launch digital businesses worldwide. And you know, I've seen success stories even from back then in the Philippines of people that were using our training all over the world. And that company grew to a very successful company. We had 2 offices, one in Canada, one in the US. We had over 100 employees. At our peak, we were generating over $30 million a year in sales. But the one challenge with that was I had no life. And all we did was work and travel. And you know, something I started to learn was you can have all the money in the world, but if you have no time to enjoy it, if your health is suffering because all you do is work, what's the point, right? What's the point? And for me, actually, it was when my son Hunter was born. He's now 8 years old. And this was back in 2008 when he was born. I made a decision that I needed to do something different. And I wanted to be there when my kids grew up, and I wanted to get my health back and enjoy life and quit sitting in a car for hours a day, commuting downtown and doing all that stuff that society trains us to do, right? To get an education and get a job and then work for somebody. And I wanted to stop that. And so I sold the company in 2008 to a private equity firm out of New York City. And then I spent some time, first of all, just getting my health back because I'd worked so hard. My health had suffered, and so then I started rebuilding, and I started doing something very different than I had before, and that was creating a business that didn't require me to have an office. That didn't require me to have staff, that didn't require me to get in my car and drive every day. And you know, when I started off on the internet, it was a very different place. You couldn't do that, right? We needed offices, we needed teams, we needed programmers. But technology's evolved now, and the platforms and the tools have evolved where we can create these incredible businesses that allow us to create. Now I've got multiple 7-figure businesses that I run that are high profit, that afford me an incredible lifestyle financially, but what's more important to me now than that is the freedom it gives me, right? You know, the fact that I can get up in the morning and have breakfast with my son. I can take him to school. I can be there when he's done, and I have time to do what I love to do. And you know, I'm an avid mountain biker and skier, and I have the time to do that stuff. And for me, that's such an important thing. So I started creating these businesses, but ultimately with the goal of going back to do what I love to do. And my true passion, and I truly believe my purpose in life is to help other people as well leverage this incredible thing called the internet, which we all have access to start creating these amazing businesses that can give us freedom. And when I sold my company, you know, I spent 2 years kind of underground, just building and creating. And when I came back online and decided to, okay, now it's time, I want to start working with people again, inspiring entrepreneurs, showing people how to do this, I looked around globally and I asked myself, where do I see the biggest opportunities as far as digital business goes? And it, without question, is in Asia. Okay? And this part of the world, Asia as a whole, and I'd include Australia in that, has always been about 5 to 7 years behind the rest of the world, or North America, not the rest of the world, North America in terms of digital business, e-commerce. And there's so much opportunity that exists here that in many cases in the US and North America, those business ideas have been taken, and they're just waiting for somebody here to start building, to start creating. And so I dedicated myself. I said, okay, I want to build and create what is going to become the #1 platform for launching digital entrepreneurs here in Asia. And I knew I wanted to do that, and I had worked with wealth mentors, Aaron and Tracy, in the past. In fact, they're my hands down, my longest running business partners. We've now worked together in some capacity for over 10 years. And they were the ones who enabled me to be able to start coming to Asia and running these events for me so I can start connecting with people. So I started in Singapore and Malaysia because that's where they're based out of. And we've had fantastic results there. But the Philippines has always been a place that I've been watching, and there's so much incredible opportunity that exists here in the Philippines. And it really came clear to me as I started growing my virtual team, and I started outsourcing, and I started building my business, and the people that I ended up working with, so many of the people I was contracting to, now some of my key people in my company, all virtual, but guess where they're based? Here in the Philippines, right? And what I find amazing is, I mean, you have a massive digital online population, over 40 million people on the internet, right? I only have 35 million people in my whole country, so that's huge. And you have a very tech-savvy workforce here, but I'm watching as it's just outsourced. And what I'm watching now is amazing, because all these digital businesses around the world are launching and growing. And when you look under the covers, when you look behind the scenes of who's driving these businesses, it's people here in the Philippines. Companies around the world that are just outsourcing, building their businesses, like me, traveling the world, having, freedom. And we have our teams all around here. Now I truly believe it's time to quit outsourcing the talent and to start building it here and start creating the businesses here. And that's what our workshop that I'm hosting here, the Digital Business Jumpstart, is all about. And for me, I'm on a mission right now. It's not about the money right now. For me, it's about creating an incredible platform where I can jumpstart as many digital entrepreneurs here as possible. And that's why this workshop, when you attend it, it's such an intensive training for one day where I map this out. I change the way people think about digital business. I give them the formula for this digital business. And we charge such a small fee for attending that event, 500 peso. The training there is so much more valuable than that. And I'll be honest, we're not making money off 500 peso. That for me is just a commitment fee, right? So that we don't have 1,000 people register and we rent a giant hall and 600 people show up, because I think people would agree you don't always value what you get for free, correct? And so that's a commitment fee, that's all that is. And when we put these two events together, we weren't sure. And these events have filled up, and now they have a wait list, and now I'm getting message constantly from people going, can I still come, can I still come? The response has been overwhelming, and I think people here are finally going, yeah, we've got to quit just outsourcing it all. Let's create businesses here ourselves. And businesses that you can service the rest of the world, you can sell to the rest of the world, or even just to this massive buying population online. And something else that's really unique about the Philippines, which I believe is a huge strategic advantage selling online, is the fact that you're going to sell not just to, if you're online, are you limited to only selling to the Philippines? No, you can sell globally, right? And the Philippines, of all the Asian countries, is the best equipped to be able to sell to and communicate with the biggest buying populations online, which are North America, the UK, the big Western countries. And the reason why, as far as spoken English goes, written English, the Philippines is by far the best in all of the Asian countries I do business in. This is the one country I come to, and when I talk, everyone doesn't go, pardon me, huh, what? We can communicate so well. And that's where businesses of all sizes have realized this is a gold mine for building and outsourcing. And now it's your turn. And so we're already working with entrepreneurs here and around Asia. This is 100% of my focus right now. And people ask me, why are you doing this? Flying around the world, holding these events. And I'll be honest, I love doing this. There's nothing more rewarding for me than this.